Hello, my name is Chanel Beckenlaner, and this is a creative expression of my personal social network for the assignment Social Media Tech Map. The goal of this presentation is to introduce you to my interests, highlight my connections with people nationally and internationally, as well as showcase my active participation in social networking. Defining what a social network is can be complex. In our daily lives, we utilize our social networking skills with one another, connecting us deeper, whether this be face-to-face contact or through viral platforms. The presence and importance of interacting, participating, and engaging in social media has changed the dynamics of human relations with one another. Indeed, I feel this is a socially constructed ideology of the 21st century. If one doesn't partake in some form or another of social media networking, they risk being left behind professionally and personally. This is a great deal of pressure to live up to. Being tech savvy and virally connected is just a way of life. A social network to me means how one establishes, maintains, and grows their connections with other human beings. This is accomplished by utilizing different methods of communication, whether that be face-to-face, through phone calls, text messaging, emailing, Skype, or using a myriad of other social media platforms to connect. It is the globalization of communication. We are living in a much more interconnected world with real-time updates and access to knowledge we lacked before. This brings with it critics who feel that our dependency on our technology and reliance on our virtual lives take away from the real human connection we once experienced prior to the development of these new forms of social networking. I would like to say that it is rather an evolution of how we connect, which brings us closer to the people in areas in the world that we cannot normally or regularly experience. Now, this is a quote from Mashable.com, and it defines what social networking services are. I'm just going to read it. A social networking service is an online service, platform, or site that focuses on facilitating the building of social networks or social relations among people who share interests, activities, backgrounds, or real-life connections. A social networking service consists of representation of each user, often a profile, his or her social links, and a variety of additional services. Most social network services are web-based and provide a means for users to interact over the internet, such as email or instant messaging. Social networking sites allow users to share ideas, activities, events, and interests within their own individual networks. So I believe that social media plays a huge role in the marketing and branding of oneself. It is all about getting that special edge in the social space. My objective in using social networking tools is to build my online and offline presence through the social goals I have established for myself. These goals are then hopefully met successfully through a well-developed social strategy. When asked what might my social network look like, or how would I describe it, and what would it include, I would respond in this way. By reaching into various social media channels, I've been able to develop my brand by updating posts, strategizing content, and connecting with influencers and targeted demographics. I will be exploring in this assignment the various aspects of my life. This is a quick look into how I currently experience and define my own social networking, because at the heart of this definition is what makes it a success is that it can be completely personalized. As you will see, the key areas that tap into my social networking include my life as a beauty pageant contestant, a philanthropist, a university student, an avid equestrian and golfer, and my dedication to being a good employee, among other things. So we'll first start with my role in beauty pageants and what social networking actually has to do with this industry. As an established blogger and creator of my personal website, I've been able to utilize my social media presence to reach new viewers and audiences to build and market my brand as a Canadian ambassador. It is all about presenting a professional image. The use of blogs and other social media platforms like Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Flickr, Foursquare, Vine, Keek, etc., etc. They represent vehicles that drive new demographics and opportunities that align my brand with influencers. They are not only to promote the women who are the representatives of their countries, but also the organizations and charitable alliances that we work with. It is a way to stay in touch with your audience. My current website and blog are down due to maintenance and updates and due to my school schedule. However, that is something that I will be updating within the month, and I'd be happy to provide you with the links at that point. Now, I'd just like to go over a few points that I've listed here. With this industry, there's a lot of online voice interviews that come from international media exposés. There's magazine interviews. It's all written reports. We're able to connect with one another from across the world in such an interesting way due to the connections of being online and accessible. Another key point here is online voting for People's Choice Awards. In these competitions, it's interactive element where audience, family members, friends, anyone out there who's willing to participate in this are allowed to vote for their favorite contestants. And whoever wins that particular award may move forward, say, to a semifinalist position. So you can see that element of social media coming into play even with competitions such as these. The use of Facebook, Skype, pageant forums are all ways to stay in touch with international competitors, lifelong friends that we've developed as a result, and professional relationships, as well as a family while we're away competing. Also, interesting, as of a few years ago, 2009 when I was competing, there's been a drastic change now. There wasn't the live streaming of competitions, say in Korea or China. And now, if you wanted to see a competition that maybe not be shown on NBC, as with the Miss Universe competition, but something smaller, now we have the ability to watch real-time results right as it's happening. It's live. Here's some more pictures of me in my Miss Canada days. So what can I say? Professionalism, professionalism, professionalism. This is something that is so important because it's about image and representation of yourself. So whatever you portray on whatever social media and whatever social network you're using, it's all about your image and representing yourself in a professional manner because you're representing your community and your country and the people that are in your life and the organizations that you represent. So it's very much an important thing to uphold in your values and ethics when dealing with social networks. So now we move on to my charitable work, and I have worked a lot with SOS Children's Villages and the Coral Restoration Foundation for the past 5 years. Here are a couple pictures of my involvement with SOS Children's Villages. I had the opportunity to travel to Nicaragua for 2 weeks to inaugurate computers and help children in need with the funds that I had raised over the past 5 years. It was quite a life-changing experience. And even when I was there, I kept a blog to inform people at home of the daily activities of what I was doing, charitable-wise, and it was really a unique experience. Along with my charity work, I've been very avid in creating a lot of events. At least 10 to 15 events, and these are anything ranging from fashion shows to live auction, raffles, you name it, I've put it together. And what does event planning take place? Well, it's marketing and branding and getting people to these events and getting your message out there to hopefully create awareness and bring proceeds to the cause that you're working with. And a lot of this promotion takes place online because most people are online. So this is the way to get at them and to say, hey, come to this event, support a good cause. Various times I've actually put together online auctions through eBay, and that has been a fantastic initiative that I have worked with several times. It's raised thousands of dollars each time because the reason why it works is, like I said, everyone is online. They don't even have to step out of their houses. They can just bid and bid and bid, and it's a fun initiative that ultimately what they buy comes to their front door. And it's a very private way of being involved with charity, but a very good way. So now we move on to my role as a university student. So here, something that I found to be really quite effective are Facebook and email study groups. And this has been effective all the way across my university career. We get a group together, we share notes, we bounce off ideas, and it's been really effective for test preparation and also assignment preparation too. Another cool idea has been the selling and purchasing of textbooks. Sometimes it's nice not to pay the full price at the bookstore, and by connecting with individuals online through such sites of used textbooks, one can meet up with another person and get it at a deal, and that's kind of nice. Blackboard is something that University of Toronto definitely uses, and I find this to be a useful tool because, again, it creates that discussion with your classmates and accessibility to the resources you need. Another unique aspect to social networking is our online libraries and research. Take universities, say even 20 years ago, it's not the resources that we have today. We're so fortunate that things are really at our fingertips, and this is a wonderful time to be a student because everything is so available to us. Other facets I find are YouTube videos, and the internet, of course, is a powerful tool in helping to create inspiration for different projects. Now we move on to my role as an equestrian and golfer and what exactly social networking has to do with this. And here's myself with my horses. And at the PGA Championship, I'm very much an avid golfer. So what does social media networking have to do with this? Well, like I mentioned earlier with the pageants, there's live streaming of sporting events and results. It's instantaneous. For example, the sport that I am in, dressage, which is an equestrian sport, does not get much coverage simply because it appears boring to those who don't understand it. So for me, I go online and I tune in to the live streaming of the event when it happens. And to me, that's a really unique opportunity to be in touch with what's going on at that time. Again, there's forums on, looking for the best trainer, the vets, horse and healthcare and competitions. It's a way to stay current and to have a negotiation and discussion with people that you train with or you hope to train with or compete with. It's an ongoing discussion worldwide and also nationally. And ultimately, social networking and social media connects us with our passions and interests. And I think this is what the true heart of the message is here, is that it enables us to reach into the things we want to look into and connect with the people that we need to connect with. So lastly, I'll be discussing my employment. I work at a golf course seasonally, and the use of how they look at social media and networking and online resources is that our employers always email us to send out their schedules and updates. So if you're not in touch with the emails, then you're going to miss out on your schedule. Even this year, they set up a specific Facebook group so that we could bounce ideas off. How can we make the season run better? Any ideas? And it's that kind of discussion with the employers and employees that makes for a better work environment and a safer and more enjoyable season. Coworkers, we stay in touch in our off season through Facebook, through Twitter, through Instagram. All these things connect us with the people that we don't see for, say, 6 to 7 months, the off season. So I find that to be really quite helpful, actually. So in sum, my experience in social media, creative writing, web development, e-commerce, event planning, PR, branding, and promotion have all taught me lifelong skills which will become effective in the years to come. as social media and social networking continue to evolve. My goal at the end of this university course is to be able to understand, utilize, and incorporate new facets of social media that I am currently not working with to build my brand, achieve optimal success, and to boost my professional goals, whatever they may be in future. For example, I would like to target Twitter followers, engaging with local businesses on Facebook, and building communities through Instagram, Pinterest, Twitter, and YouTube. Thank you for your time.